Radical.
Welcome to Radical Rapid Fire Comment Response for April 24th through April 30th, 2023. Short comments, quick replies. Red Strass 97. No interest in Twitter at all. Well, this was over 2 years ago, Red. Is it still the same case? Have you been tweeting any or Xing any? Yeah, they actually changed the name of that shit to X, right? No more Twitter. Well, Twitter X, same thing. I also have no interest whatsoever in it. I've never left a tweet or I've never left a X. Art Bell, 45% of Americans above the age of 50 play video games and feel neglected by industry. That's interesting. And you said you got that from Zero Hedge. That's actually pretty high. I wouldn't think it was that high. But does that encompass everything from PC to game consoles and phones? Because when they say they play video games, I can see like a lot of people that are older maybe like firing up something on their phone. Now, if you actually had this number broken down by consoles, PCs, and phones, I think it would show something a little different. But still, that's kind of cool, right? So it makes me think also when people feel like they're in an exclusive gamer club, yeah, just about most everybody at some point plays games. So it's kind of funny. I've always thought it's funny when you have a lot of these gaming YouTubers say like, "Hey, fellow gamers," I'm like, dude, like everybody plays games. So you think you're part of some damn exclusive club and shit? Matt Tracker, I thought you was hitting on a girl at GameStop, but I do this all the time to decide if I want to shop at that store. If they're a dick, I never go back. If they're cool, I spend money. Do you mean you? It was a response, not that he hits on people at a GameStop, and I usually never do. Like I didn't go out of my way to hit on a girl at a GameStop, but I think if I remember correctly, it was like a back and forth kind of thing. It was not like a one-sided kind of thing, right? She might have been like hitting on me back too. So, I think that's a little different than like if you are trying to hit on somebody and there's nothing coming back to your way. It was more of like a mutual thing. I don't think she even works at that particular GameStop anymore. But yeah, you have a great point at the end part of your comment here. If they're a dick, I never go back. If you go to a game store and somebody treats you badly, if they're a dick, you don't want to go back unless the prices are super low. But yeah, if they have a cool repertoire with you, if you guys are, if you're cool, then people are more wanting to spend money. I feel the same way. Like if I go somewhere, I mean, it's not going to be something that gets in my way, basically, of buying something or not buying something in most cases if I don't like the price. But if there's two game stores and they have similar type prices, I'm going to the store with the guy or the girl that's cool there. Whoever's selling there that's cool and, I get along with and treats me with respect is a big thing. I'm going to buy from them. So that's a big part of sales that sadly a lot of people just don't learn. Dumaz, nothing wrong with displaying GTA 5. Just refuse to sell it to underage people. I think I was talking about a moment several years back that I was on the fence about displaying GTA 5. Because, of course, things can happen in GTA 5. Beyond, of course, running over people and shooting people and whatnot. Which is, good old wholesome family fun. But no, I'm talking about going to the strip clubs. I'm talking about going to these strip clubs. And I was just a worry there. So whenever, like, someone young is playing GTA 5, I worry about that a little bit. I just, I casually go by and glance and make sure they're not going to the strip club. But yeah, I think that's a great conversation to have, and there's no correct answer to it. Should you sell M-rated games to underage people? If you tell the parents, if you're like, hey, this is an M-rated game, so just want to let you know there's some stuff in here. I think that's what I do most of the time, unless it's just I'm rushed and people are buying games really quickly, or honestly, if it's a low sales day. And I'm like, shit, no one's buying stuff today. Then, okay, it's a little bit different. I'm like, okay, I'll get a $20 sale there. And then later on, I'll just be like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't really pay a lot of attention. I'm sorry about that. But it's never happened before. Okay? this is supposed to be rapid. I know what kind of long with that one, that explanation, but that's a great longer conversation that can be had. Should you sell M-rated mature games to underage people at your video game store? Mario Jones, you are unintentionally being scummy. You are the adult. You are in control of your actions. No excuses. This is in reference to, do you remember several years back, because this is all from 2+ years ago, when I was accused of solicitation in a video game store? If you don't, I will leave a link to that after this one. I'll try to leave a link to that one after this so you can hear that whole story. And I've thought about it, not consistently for 2 years, but since then, I think I was more in the wrong than halfway. I think I was. And, there's no defense for it. And again, the full story, if you want to listen to the full story, it's going to be after this. I didn't go out of my way to solicit. I didn't try to go. I was asked, basically, long story short, I was asked by, basically, I was bringing in some games to, for this person to, I do dealings with this person. And this person in the store, they seemed really interested, and they wanted to buy the games. And anyway, the full story, this is Radical Rapid Fire. I can't tell you the whole story and everything. But I'm just saying that, you can look back at something, and now as I have the store, then I feel that I was being a little bit scummy, just a tad bit. And there's really no excuse for it in that moment, right? But hey, I ain't perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. You just learn from things, and I would never be that way again. Yeah. Sometimes there's just no way to sugarcoat things, right? So sometimes you make poor decisions. It's part of life, right? The Winged Avenger. The kid solicited you, not the other way around. Now, this is the other part of that. Many people left comments feeling one way or the other. And the kid came to me, kept pestering me while I was in the store. I was trying my best not to, but the kid seemingly was not take no for an answer. The kid was interested in what I had to sell. So it followed me around the store. And there's no excuse for me, doing what I did, which was actually saying so much kind of whispering, like, again, the whole story after this one and the outro. But yeah, I think it was more, I made a poor decision, but I did not solicit in that store. I was being solicited, you see? I was being followed around, and I could have, I could have said, no, don't follow me around, But no, man, I was being approached. I wasn't approaching people in that man's store. I was being approached after this kid saw that I had some games I was selling. Miller Bassett, better than the Celtics, who are the Cowboys of the NBA. Well, Rune had a response to this also, and I agree with it, that the Celtics are not the Cowboys of the NBA. The Celtics have had some success the past few decades. Victories in 2023 or 4, was it? I forget exactly what year. 2008. They've had some success this century. The Cowboys were big in the last century, specifically in the 90s. They had a lot of success. Since then, they're two very differently run organizations. It sounds like this is a person that just doesn't like the Celtics. But, you think about the Lakers and the Celtics as being incredibly successful organizations. The Cowboys are successful too, have a ton of fans. But it's not because of their success on the football field. You know what I mean? Not anytime recently, that is. Let's see here. Mr. Bigglesworth. Dude, Demon Slayer is sick as tits. I've never heard that expression. Sick as tits. Well, the Demon Slayer movie just came out. The Infinity Castle. I saw it. I thought it was really good. I liked it better than Mugen Train. And it's not my favorite anime by any stretch of the imagination. But, man, some great action scenes. I honestly, I watch anime I watch a fighting anime. That's what I like. So I like the big fights. I don't follow the story a whole lot in Demon Slayer. It's essentially, it's a shonen, You have characters fighting, trying to become stronger, trying to, you know what shonen anime is. But the execution is really good. Very good. So I really recommend Demon Slayer to anyone that has never watched it. Anam5389. Lesson learned: never accept the offer to sell other people's crap. That's something I wish I would have. I mean, I've turned things down recently, and it reminds me. This one person that gave me something to sell for them. I actually did. It was a Xbox One controller, so I owe them a little bit of money for that. But don't sell other people's crap. If they got something nice to sell, and you know you can sell it, like an Xbox One controller, a PlayStation 4 controller, or 5 controller, yeah, I'll sell that. Definitely, those will sell. But I accepted some My Little Ponies. I accepted some My Little Ponies from somebody. Do you remember the show off Saturday where I did the My Little Pony party? Oh, it's a classic. It was one of my favorite ones to actually put together. This is back in 2023. This is when I had a lot of time to get really fancy with the show off Saturdays. But yeah, that's a great lesson. If you're selling things anywhere, just don't sell other people's crap unless it's like something that you'll really sell quickly. Because that's just other people just have expectations and then they bug you about it. Right? Don't do that. 8-Bit Eric, Chris Chan would love these ponies. I got a bit of audio to play in the background. Yeah, after seeing this comment from Eric, I started to go down the Chris Chan rabbit hole, and man, that is a rabbit hole. Let me tell you. Wow. This is a bit of audio. I think this is reference to it because I did a search for My Little Ponies and Chris Chan, and this is when he's younger. I think he's maybe 25 here, and this is a video of him outside in his car giving people life advice. So here's Chris Chan a little bit, and at one point you'll hear him actually take a My Little Pony out of his pocket and rub it on his cheek.
Now, among the better things you should definitely try before starting is some of the hobbies of those of your own opposite gender. Like, for example, if you're a young gentleman, I recommend buying yourself a My Little Pony figure of your favorite color or whatever. Now, stroking the hair of said pony is very relaxing and therapeutic, and also rubbing it against your cheek. That's nice.
Yes, it's very relaxing and therapeutic. And he takes the My Little Pony out of his pocket and starts stroking the hair and rubbing his cheek with it. Then he has another pocket with an Autobot in it, and his idea was, if you want to talk to somebody of the opposite gender, basically he breaks things down into My Little Ponies and Autobots. Girls like My Little Ponies and boys like Autobots. Oh, I just fell into the rabbit hole. I had to come back to this recording to tell you that, yes, there's a lot more with Chris Chan and the My Little Ponies other than just that time he pulled one out of his pocket and he rubbed it on his cheek. Actually, I'm going to put a thumbnail here of him dressed up with a My Little Pony on his shoulder and a unicorn on his forehead. Yeah.